Good day, folks. Moses McCormick here, aka Lao Shu or Lao Shu. Alright, as you guys can see, this is going to be a review over my schedule for 2016. Well, before I get into that, happy holidays everyone, Merry Christmas. Hope you guys enjoying your time with your family. I'm going to actually be heading over here with the girls soon and spend some time with them. I want to record some videos of them opening up their stuff. I'm very excited to see that. They're going to be very happy. I got some good stuff for them. But yeah, that's that. So 2016, what's happening? What's going down? Let me hold on for a second. Let me turn my jam on real quick. My jam on, my music on. This shouldn't be a problem. That's my little music in the background. Alright, so I made a video last week. I told you guys that 2016 I'm following a certain schedule. I was doing like these guest languages like weekly, and I tried it out. Didn't work out really well. Check this. Still looks good. It didn't work out really well because the time was too short and it was hard to manage them. So what I decided to do was just go back to what I was doing before and basically just choose 4 languages a year. Yeah, so I basically decided to just do 4 languages a year, and I would spend 3 months on them. So in 1 year, 12 months, 4 times 3 is 12. You have 4 languages, so I chose 4 languages. Now, yes, there's 5 there, but the 5th one I'm gonna talk about that one. That's the main one. So the languages that I'm going to do for next year, starting with Polish, we're going to start that in February of 2015. 2016, all the way until April of 2016. So that's 3 months. Now, the reason why you don't see January there is because many of you know that I'm going to be in Korea for the whole month of January. So I'm not going to be focusing, I'm going to be doing just Korean, nothing else. My complete focus will be on Korean. And of course, I mean, when I use HelloTalk, I can practice, some other languages, but as far as like trying to study and read and stuff, my main focus is going to be on Korean when I'm there the whole time. So I decided to just wait until February to start Polish. It only makes sense. So when I come back from Korea, I'll start the Polish. I'll do that for 3 months. I'll practice a bit like a couple weeks ago, for 2 weeks, but I stopped. I said, you know what, I might as well stop now and just wait until February. So that's why it's February to April. The next language after that, is going to be Slovenian. I'm going to do that from May until July, 3 months. Then I'm going to do, well, let me see, I should put this first. But Macedonian, I'm going to do from August to October, and then Hungarian from November to January. Okay, so some people ask me, why did I choose these languages? It's pretty random. Like, these languages I've never really touched before, and I don't have any experience. Well, if you want to say Russian, Polish, because I did study Russian, I had some experience with that, it's very similar. So if you have some knowledge of Russian, you studied before, you'll see that there are a lot of similarities. So yeah, so these are pretty much new languages for me. So there's no special reason why I chose these languages. It's just that I've never studied before, and I have no experience. That's why I chose these. Now Finnish. Now Finnish is the main one. When I say the main one, I mean that's the one that I'm going to be doing for the whole year. As you can see, it's February to February. This is actually February 2016 until February 2017. So I'm going to do that language for the whole year. So probably at the end of the day, at the end of this time, Finnish will be my strongest language out of all of these, because obviously I spent more time with it. So, but if you spend a good 3 months on language, you take the right approach, you do the right things, you can get a lot out of 3 months, a lot. And like I said before, my goal for these languages that I'm doing for 3 months is to reach at least an A2. A2 to low B1, it's in between there. Once I get there, I'm content with that. Now, if circumstances changes, or if circumstances change, then I will get on a language. Or for example, when I say circumstances, I mean maybe I'll have an opportunity to go to, I don't know, Slovenia or something. Maybe I'm going there, visit some friends, I can stay there for a couple of months or so. Then it makes sense for me to start studying Slovenia more, learn more of the language, and get to a higher level, because I'm gonna be in the country for that, you know, for that period of time. So those are my goals. So just remember, when you choose languages, make sure you set goals. First of all, ask yourself, well, how much can I use this language? Now, for me, I'm living in Columbus. I know I'm not going to meet people in Finland. Now, I might meet a few people, and I'm sure I'm going to meet some Somali-speaking Finland. I saw some Somalis, like at the post office. They're from Finland. I know they're from Finland because I saw their passport or something. But I know they were from Finland. They were sending stuff to Finland to family. So I know I may meet some Somalis able to speak that language. But as far as like white people from Finland, I'm gonna probably have to get lucky to meet them, because I didn't even meet any Swedish people here in Columbus. So I can imagine how difficult it's going to be for Finnish. So, but that's fine, because if you can find someone whom you can meet on Skype, maybe 4 times a week to practice, you'll be good. You'll be very good. You'll get plenty of practice with that native speaker. So if you can meet with that person, like for me, my plan is to meet with this native speaker for the entire time. So by the end of my time, I should be pretty fluent in the language. You know, I'm not going to be native fluent, but I'm going to be on a level to where I speak comfortably. Maybe I'll make some mistakes here and there, but for the most part, I'll be able to speak comfortably, be able to express myself pretty well. So that's my goal for those languages. What else do I need to mention? So just make sure you set goals. When you set goals, you're not all over the place. Like if I just jump to these languages without goals, and I'll be learning them. Like, okay, what should I learn next? What should I learn next? I don't feel that I'm done. But when your time is up, that's when you're done. Not done mastering language, but that's when you're done meeting your goal. Well, that's when you're done with the time that you chose to study the language until, and by that time you should have reached your goal where you wanted to be. So I think 3 months, I think A2 level, I think that's pretty that's realistic to me. A2, low B1 around there, that's realistic. That's very realistic. Like I said, you have to work hard, you have to make sure you're practicing a lot, otherwise you're not going to reach that level, because it takes a lot of effort, a lot of time, a lot of dedication to reach that level in the language. Let me check on my camera, make sure I'm not. Okay, we still good. All right, so just keep that in mind. Just make sure you set goals, and you'll be fine. So this is my schedule for next year, and as usual, I will be making like update videos, reading practice videos, spoken videos. I'm gonna be doing that same stuff that I was doing this year and previous years. That's just my strategy. That's how I go about showing people how they can do practice in a similar fashion. So that is it. I think that's everything. Yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions. Okay, I forgot this. Okay, so I know that some people want to ask me, what am I going to use for these languages? Like what resources am I going to use? Now, many of you know that when I start on a language, I always use FLR. Level 1, like Polish, when I was practicing Polish, that's what I was using. That's all I was using was FLR level 1. I used that material. That lasts for a good 2 to 3 months, but at the same time, I will use something like Asimil. I like to use Asimil for listening and reading practice, because the dialogues are very short. I actually have my Asimil finished. I just got it not so long ago. Brand new. I'll show you guys my finish. I got this maybe 2 weeks ago. It's kind of, sometimes my camera blurs, but you guys can see this is the finish, and this is my book here. So when I start finish in February, I'm going to be using FLR level 1 in this, and like I said, I use this mainly for listening and reading. Well, like when I make my reading practice videos. If you guys have seen my reading practice videos, you saw that I use Asimil, and when I do that, I transcribe it. I put the subtitles there, translate the dialogues. But that's what I use: FLR level 1 and this, and then I just meet with native speakers, just practice with them. And then when I go further, I start level 2. Level 2 is basically more conversation stuff. I have a strategy, how I go about doing that. Now I know I'm only doing it for 3 months, but we'll see. We'll see at the end of that time where I'll be at, and I might do some level 2 stuff, but we'll see. Like I said, we'll see. By that time, I should have reached my goal anyway. But yeah, that's what I'm going to use for all those languages. I'm going to use FLR level 1. And then let me go to finish, since that's the one I'm doing for the longest time. Now, since I'm doing that for a year, I'm going to use, so level 1, obviously, FLR level 1 finish, and then I'm using Asimil at the same time. And then once I finish those first 2-3 months, I'm going to start using level 2. Level 2 lasts for about 4 months. I'm going to be using that, and I'm probably more likely going to still be using Asimil. And then once I finish that, then I'll start doing some grammar stuff. Now I may look over some grammar stuff like towards the end of level 2, because by the end of level 2, I'll be comfortable enough to, I'll be having conversations with people. I'll be comfortable to that point, and I should have a good understanding of how things are working, how things work in general, because I've been practicing a whole lot since level 1. So I'll start looking at some grammar stuff and getting a good understanding of why this is that, why is this way, why is that way. And then I'm going to actually have a level 3 course. Now, I haven't made any reviews on it, but it's in the works. I'm actually working on it for Swedish. I had to stop it because I was busy with something else. But I'm gonna have a level 3, and I think I'm gonna use that for finish. Level 3, and then level 4. When I have that, I'm going to use that as well. So I'm going to be using some other resources, but I like to choose my resources wisely. What's going to really help me get to a certain level. When I do my grammar, when I look over grammar stuff, I'll use like Teach Yourself, because Teach Yourself is really good for going through the grammar sections and understanding why things are constructed or used in certain ways. So I'll use Asimil, I use Teach Yourself, and I may use Colloquial, because Colloquial is also good for grammar as well. So, but that's it. That's what's going on for next year. And yes, my board back in action. I'm gonna be using this very often. I can make some grammar, some grammar videos over some language that I've studied, and just what I was doing before. Nothing really different. And just bring a good board back. I use it a whole lot before the one I had hanging up on the wall. But that is it for this video. Let me know if you guys have any questions, and you guys enjoy the rest of your Christmas. And yeah, it's time to get paid. Let's get this money in 2016. It's about to get serious. All right, thanks for viewing, and let me know if you guys have any questions. Take care.